Perpetuities. A perpetuity is like an annuity. It's a type of investment where we have money in the bank and we're withdrawing regular payments. But the difference is that it will last forever. So perpetuity, meaning perpetual, forever. And it does that by only withdrawing the amount of interest that was gained every compounding period. So we've got money in the bank, interest is earned, we take the interest out, we go back to the original amount. Interest is earned, we take the interest out, we go back to the original amount. So we'll write a little definition. And it's an example of a trivial sequence. So if you remember, a trivial sequence is when it goes up and down by the same amount, and so the amount in the bank account or the amount of the number stays the same the whole time. So in recurrence relationships, remember that V0 is our principal, R is our interest rate, and D is our payment. And so D, our payment, is equal to our interest rate over 100 multiplied by the principal. And it's always the principal. And we can use this to solve problems with perpetuities. So for example, Elizabeth invests her superannuation payout of $500,000 into a perpetuity that will provide a monthly payment. So if that's sitting at 6% per annum, what will her monthly payment be? So V0 is 500,000. The interest rate, we're going monthly, so that's 6 divided by 12, which is 0.5%. And so we want to find the payments that she gets. So that's 0.5 over 100 times the principal using this formula. 0.5 divided by 100 times 500,000. 2,500 per month, and we'd give a word answer. Therefore, her monthly payment will be 2,500. Now that's not too bad. If you think about my budget that I've showed you, okay, I need about 1,400 a week, and she's getting about half that, but by the time you've retired, chances are you own your own home. So that mortgage payment that I showed you that's taking about half, how much? Can't remember. Chances are I should be doing not too badly with that. How much money will need to be invested in a perpetuity at 4.2% per annum, compounding monthly if 200 is withdrawn each month? So we can use the formula. We've got the interest rate of 4.2 and we've got to divide that by 12. So the interest rate per month is 0.35%. We know that the amount withdrawn is 200. So we can use the formula to work out the value of the principal. Substitute in what we know. And to find V0 on its own, we'll divide both sides by 0.35 over 100. So 57,143 will need to be invested. Now we can also use the Tvm Solver. A university faculty has 30,000 and wants to invest it to get an annual prize of 1,500. What is the minimum interest rate required? So when you're working on a Tvm Solver, the future value is going to be the same as the present value, because the whole idea of a perpetuity is that it stays the same value forever. So you can actually just calculate it with n of 1, because it doesn't matter if it's 1 year or 100 years, you are going to have the same future value as present value. So we've got 30,000 for our present value. Our future value needs to be 30,000. Now this is annually, and they're not telling me anything about compounding monthly or anything like that. So this is apparently just 1 year. Interest rate is what we're solving for. And our payment. Now, the one thing that we do need to be very careful with is I didn't put this in as negative. And of course, the university faculty has the money. They're handing it to the bank. So that will be negative. And my payment that they get will be positive. And of course the future value will be positive, because at the end of the perpetuity they can get that back. So nice, that's money coming to me. I like that, it's warm and fuzzy. So be careful with your negatives is the only thing. And hop into your finance Tvm Solver. And solve for the interest rate. And I need an interest rate of at least 5%. And you know, it's not unthinkable that you might get an interest rate of 5%. These days, might be tricky, of course, but as the interest rates go up a bit, that might work out. And so you can see this is how a lot of prizes are awarded, like, you know, the various awards that we get at the end of the year, special prizes with a cash payment. Often there's a lump sum invested so that we can always get that prize payment forever, for as long as the school lasts. But it does take quite a bit of money to set it up.